Hi, welcome to my latest slip stitch video about all sorts of slip stitch things, wool and all sorts of things. I know the last one was like months ago and so much has happened since then. We've moved house, so I'm in a lovely sparkly new house. We live with my mother now, but we've bought a whole new house between all of us. Anyway, it's lovely. We're getting settled. I'm slowly finding, getting myself organised. Got my own little workstation at last for the slip stitch, little corner, which is really nice because since the shop I haven't. Yeah, so that's really lovely. I'm getting a bit sorted there and being able to sort of focus a bit more on things. But yeah, so in amongst all of that, we've had all sorts of other stuff. But yeah. So, what have I got to show you today? I thought I'd show you, can't even remember what I showed you last, to be honest. Who knows what I was knitting? Was it my blue cardigan maybe? Which I knitted when my eye was having a surgery? That done. I got yarn to knit that for my mum and I've started it and I've got up to here and it's in a box somewhere, following the move. If she sees this, just, or if you see her after I film this, pretend that you don't know anything about a cardigan. It will get done, just, it's on the list. You know what that list's like, don't you? You know, there's quite a lot on the list at the moment of half done things. Oh, don't talk about my husband's jumper. I should tell you about it. His birthday's in February. Well, not last February, but I think it was the February before. I said, I'll knit you a new jumper, let's order the yarn. So for his birthday present, he sat there and chose his yarn and I ordered it and I'd knitted the rib at the back and we'd chosen the pattern and all of that. And I got on quite well, but then, you know, had a few illnesses and things and yeah. When I was packing, I found the back, I think it's the back, and a sleeve and a bit of another sleeve, I think it was. Did I come possibly a bit of a front? Not really very sure. So yeah, that's been 2 years in the making. That is probably the longest term project I've ever had. I feel a little bit bad. I do enjoy doing it. I just, again, it's in a box and I haven't quite found that one yet. Yeah, so those are some things I really need to work on. But what I'm working on at the moment is this jumper. This is the Wool and Honey jumper by Andrea Moe. I don't think I've knitted anything of hers before, but she's been on my radar for years and this has been sitting in my to knit folder. So I've done a bit of a knit along with some of my membership ladies. I'm using Drops Flora, I think it is. It's a 4-ply, it's lovely, it's got a really nice spin on it and a nice stitch definition, which is what I wanted. I didn't want anything, I guess, too woolly for this pattern. I really wanted the stitch to stand out. And also, I wanted to go for a colour which wasn't my usual. So obviously this isn't my usual. Nearly bought some bluey teal quite a few times and I nearly bought a green, but I was like, nope. We're going to go for something quite different, be quite radical. So I've ended up with this shade. It's worked in the round, top down, and this yoke I just love. It's really addictive to knit. I haven't had a project for such a long time where I'm like, I just can't stop. I've just got to keep knitting. And I've knitted quite late recently, into the night, because I've just been addicted by it. I'm just like, I need to do a bit more, It's all done with these slip stitches. You wrap your yarn and carry it, and oh, I just love it, absolutely love it. When I first started up here, I was like, it's not looking that great, it's looking a bit, you know, flopsy wopsy, but as I went, it all sort of started stretching out and shows, and I just love it. So I am knitting the second size on the pattern because I looked at all the measurements and how much ease I wanted and things, so I decided on the second size. I have got down to the sleeves. I've just split and I put on these fantastic stretchy cables which I got from paper bag, I want to say. Paper bag yarns or something like that. It's a shop in Reading. I'll see if I can find a proper name and put a link in on here for you. These are great. They are, instead of your scrap of wool, but you can put them on, slip your stitches onto them and give them a tie. But also, as I'm knitting, if I want to test it on my body, I can attach them to the ends of my needles and spread all my stitches out and then try it on without losing my stitches and without them actually coming off this needle, which is just amazing, and I love it. You just push them back on. So yeah, that's what I'm knitting at the moment. One of the things I'm knitting at the moment. Are you sure you understand? What else am I knitting? This was our, oh, it's got a bit tangled, our sock club sock for this month. Silent Night, I think it was called. And I'm using this lovely, this is my second one, lovely yarn. It's from Gutchpool Farm, which is 20 minutes away from me. It's from their sheep, so they've got some beautiful sheep. This is Dorset down. Once they've sheared it, they send it off to the factory to get spun, washed and carded and spun, and then they send it off to get dyed. And we had a little outing there recently. Got to meet the sheep, had a few sheep snuggles and selfies, and I came home with this lovely green for these socks. It's quite a thick 4-ply, so just a little word of warning if you're going to use some. You can buy it on their website, but it is a thick 4-ply, but I'm really liking it. It gives a lovely, these are going to be nice in the autumn. I'm going to really enjoy wearing them. So yes, I need to crack on with those as well. Again, it's another pattern that I'm really enjoying. I get quite addictive. I'm like, oh, I want to keep going. So yeah, that's coming along. Talking of socks, I bought some new shoes. These are from a shoe loo, and they're called Peppercorn or something like that. Oh, Peppercomb, not Peppercorn. Oops. Anyway, I think some people on Win with Mum Facebook group possibly have been talking about them. I don't know. I just found them on the shoe loo website. I hate buying shoes. I hate shoes when it's not winter. I love my boots. I love that I can wear my socks, woolly socks in my boots. And yeah, I hate it when it gets to summer and I need other shoes. So I went on a mission to find some ones which are comfy, and these are lovely, and I can't wait to wear my socks inside them. Oh, that's upside down. I can't wait to wear my socks inside them. When I tried them on today, my mother pointed out, you got old socks on. I said, yeah, but at least they're knitted. And they all look kind of cool. So yeah, looking forward to wearing my knitted socks in my shoes. Which leads me on to talk about a few things that I'm doing with the shop. Well, not the shop. We don't do shop, do we? We do workshops. Oh, honestly. Right. My tea today is Inner Harmony. Some calming. It's a Monday. Always need calming on a Monday, don't we? So, yeah. Classes. What am I doing at the moment? I've got one on the 4th of May where I'm teaching Fair Isle knitting. Not specifically this pattern, but this is something I made earlier. This is one of the Shetland Wool Week hats to Crofter. I love Shetland Wool Week hats. But yes, in my Fair Isle class, I'm going to teach anyone who comes along to knit we're using Fair Isle techniques. So you might never have done any Fair Isle before. This is suitable for you. You might have done some before, but want some more tips and techniques. This would be great for you. I'm teaching it. It's going to be such a flexible class to suit you. You can learn to knit it in the round. So you might go, right, I want to have a go where, so knitting it in the round is great for if you just want to focus on picking up the technique of it, because you only have to do knit stitch. And so it's really good for getting your tension sorted and understanding how carrying your yarn works. So some of you might be doing that in that class, but I'm also giving you the option to work flat on your ferrule, because not everyone wants to do steeking, not every pattern is for steeking. So I'm going to teach you how to knit flat as well if you want to. That involves knitting and purling, how to carry your yarn, how to hold your yarn, so it's not all fiddly and things. We will look at floats. Here we are, here's the inside of my hat. And for once I haven't really got any ends, which is quite good going. So yeah, we'll look at carrying your floats so it's not puckered. Actually, this hat hasn't been blocked, so as you can see I don't have much puckering, and that's just because of how I've carried my floats. Yeah, so all things ferrule, colourworky. Here's another one I've done in ferrule. This is sort of a thing I start with, stitch pattern that I start with when you're a beginner on ferrule, just to get used to carrying your yarn. So yeah. That's on the 4th of May in Milbourne Port. What else are we doing? Oh yes, 18th of May, UFO Day. So, or morning. Is it afternoon? Anyway, UFO afternoon. It's an afternoon, 1:30, Milbourne Port. UFO Day is 2 hours of time where you bring your projects which are unfinished. They might be laying in the corner, neglected for ages. You might have only thrown them down the other day. You could bring them along and you just ask for my help. It might be that you are stuck in the pattern. You don't understand a particular crochet stitch. You just don't know where you are because it's been in the corner for so many years. You just need to kick up the bottom and 2 hours of time just to work on it and get you motivated. Yeah, it is 2 hours purely dedicated to your unfinished projects. So you can bring whatever you like, knitting or crochet. Let's not go down the sewing route. Knitting or crochet, any projects you like. You can bring more than one. And I am there to help you and hold your hand and get you further in them. And obviously, as in all my classes, there is tea and cake, because that's essential, or coffee, or fruity tea, in a harmony if you need it. Maybe I'll get some tranquility for it as well. Keep you calm. Yeah. So that's on the 18th of May at 1:30, and yeah, just film your problems. I'm here to help you with them. And then in June we have another sock club, but I'll show you more about that nearer the time. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, behind me I have a blanket I made years ago. So if you are someone who came to my shop when I had the shop, you probably would have seen this on the sofa in the window. This is my Sophie's Universe. I had a blank there. This is my Sophie's Universe blanket. I love my Sophie's Universe blanket. I must have made it like 10 years ago, 9 years ago, not long after I opened the shop, and it was just amazing. Deirdre Urs, I'd probably say her name wrong. Her pattern was so well written though, and what I loved about it was there was something new on almost every round, and I learned so many new techniques. So yeah, I love this. There it is again. Yeah, I went through a bit of a phase with making blankets then, and I need to get back into it because I need a new one for our bedroom. So if you have any blanket patterns you recommend, you think I might like, do share them below, because I need some inspiration for a new blanket, or maybe I'll just make a new pattern up. I haven't done one for a couple of years for blankets, so maybe I should. Yeah, Oh, I know what else. Had a bit of planning time this morning, and I've been mulling over this idea for a while. Retreats. So, years pre-COVID, 2018, I think, when my baby was a baby, not a 6-year-old. I ran a yarn and yoga retreat. It was based at the shop. Local people came, people from a bit further afield came and booked hotels. Did it over, I think it was like a Friday evening to a Sunday. It involved yarn and it involved yoga, and it was all knitting based. And it was lovely, and I had such a wonderful time. I met some lovely people, and it was great to be able to teach people. And since then, I've always been like, I want to run another retreat. You know what? Life, COVID, all the lockdowns, not having a shop. Something I've kept talking about and kept planning, but never actually actioned. So this year, I have really, it's been one of my goals. I'm actually going to action it. Well, I have actioned it. I today pressed go on booking a yarn retreat. I booked the venue. It is Friday the 18th of October to Sunday the 20th of October. It is going to be down in Tiverton in Devon. So yeah, save a date, Friday the 17th of October to the 20th of October, and you'll have the option to add on an extra night on the Thursday the 17th. So it's Friday the 18th, Sunday the 20th. Add on an extra night if you'd like on the Thursday. I'm not going to tell you everything yet because you're going to have to wait and see. But there's going to be lots of yarn. It's going to be for knitting and crochet. And it's going to be yummy food and a beautiful house to stay in. Yeah, I'm so excited about it. Goodie bags. There's going to be goodie bags as well. And yeah, so save the date. More information will be released in the next couple of weeks, and you'll be able to start booking. And yeah, I'm so excited to be able to actually do this year. And get knitters and crocheters together and just have a really fun woolly time. So, thinking now if I'm knitting anything else, making anything else. Oh, I'm making a wreath, but it's not finished. It's been crocheted. It's a spring one. I better crack on before we get to summer. Hopefully I'll have that to show you next time. That can be my goal for both recording another one of these and also getting my wreath finished. Probably good to have a goal, isn't it? I need like a UFO club for me where I can just focus on my project. Yeah, no, don't be daft. It's never going to happen. I'm always going to start something new, aren't I? I think most of us are. Anyway, I'll stop my ramblings. I'm going to go and deal with a slightly feral kitten who's pinging all around the other side of this camera. And I'm going to go and do some knitting on my wool and honey before collection time for Ets. So, see you all soon. Happy knitting and crocheting, and hopefully it won't be so long before I record another. Bye!